Hello my friends, it's Johnaroth, and I am really excited to have this video because I have a new favorite deck, and it is Teval the Balance Scale. Teval is amazing. I'm just going to say that right now. Teval is amazing. And this deck that I built, this is probably my fourth iteration of this deck. It wins a lot, and it's a lot of fun to play. So let me get into the deck a little bit, the deck tech. So Teval costs 4 mana, one a black, a green, and a blue. He's a flying 4/4 spirit dragon. Whenever he attacks, you mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So whenever he attacks, you're getting lands onto the battlefield if you have any in the graveyard. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid. So anytime you're getting cards out of the graveyard, you're getting zombies. And you can do this as many times as you want on your turn. And that's why this is such a good commander, probably almost too good. So how the deck is built, if you look at my build, there's a lot of 1 and 2 drops here. We have a lot of ramp cards. We have some control spells, counter spells, mana drain, etc. We also, for black, have removal, like Go for the Throat, Bitter Triumph, as well as all the usual ramp cards in this slot too, Cold Steel Heart, Arcane Signet, etc. I did throw in a ramp card that I typically don't play with, and that's Heraldic Banner, because you can choose a color, and if you choose black, all of your zombies are automatically 3/2s. So that's really good. You have some of the landfall cards like Tireless Provisioner, gets you treasures and food whenever you drop lands. Scoot Swarm, you know you can just win the game with this. Whenever you're putting down lands, you're getting insects. I will say the secret card in this deck, the most powerful card in this whole deck, is Titan's Nest. If you get this out, you can surveil and exile cards from your graveyard, as many as you want. So if you have this and Teval out, you can basically create as many zombies as you're willing to get rid of cards for. And you'll see in the gameplay, there's one game where I just basically win because of this. We also kind of focused, since we're mostly blue focused, I put every single time spell in here for extra turns, Temporal Trespass, Karn's Temporal Cylinder. I think the only one I didn't throw in here was Alron's Epiphany. And then we've also got some really good delve cards like Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise to get additional cards. I cannot stress how good this deck actually is. So let me just stop talking about it and let's take Teval the Balance Scale into Arena and see if we can tip the scale in our favor. Let's go. Our very first game is against Loot the Pathfinder. I actually did a video about Loot about a month ago. Really interesting commander. This hand does have some ramp. It has Titan's Nest, which is great with our commander. I love Glarb, one of my favorite cards, so we are going to keep this hand. Only problem is we don't have any type of removal or counters or anything like that, but let's go for the value. Turn 1, we put down a land and get out a Land of War Elf. Loot is a 2/4 double strike Vigilance Haste, who's got 3 exhaust abilities, which he can use just once each time unless he flickers the card. He can add 3 mana, he can draw 3 cards, or he can do 3 damage like a lightning bolt. I'm going to put down a land, and we're going to summon Glarb onto the battlefield. And our opponent scoops! Very first game. Another flawless victory for Team Teval at our very first game of Magic. Yeah, getting out ramped so quickly is just, sometimes it's just too good. Good game. Our second game is against Eshki, another new commander. Love our opponent's name, Control Alt Concede. Good one. We do have a counterspell, some ramp, Got Shieldred. I am going to keep this. Eski's a big stompy type commander. It's a 2/2, but when you cast a creature spell, you put a +1/+1 on Eski, and if that spell's power is 4 or greater, you draw a card. If the spell's power is 6 or greater, she deals that much damage based off her power to us. Okay, we're going to put down a land. Shock land, which will go into the graveyard. And I'm going to get a breeding pool, I think. Pay 2 life to get the Deathrite Shaman onto the battlefield. We're going to put down another land. Definitely need some black mana here, so let's go for the Watery Grave. We're going to pay 2 life and then get out the Arcane Signet, leaving up potential for a counter spell if he does anything we don't really like. Gonna put down another land. I'm gonna go for a, let's see here, let's go for an Overgrown Tomb. We're gonna get out our commander, Teval. I'm gonna swing in with the Deathrite Shaman because there's really nothing else we can do with him this turn. Opponent gets out a Clothis. Really good card. Unfortunately, we can't destroy that either. Decisions. I'm going to swing in with Teval first. We'll get back the Misty Rainforest. Get a zombie onto the battlefield. Now our opponent's going to exile a card from our graveyard. I wonder if we take the card first. Does he get the mana? I don't think I've ever done this, so this will be interesting. Let's pick blue. And we get another zombie. Does he get the mana? He does not get the mana. That's pretty cool, actually. Cast Mana Drain to counter the Overlord, stop the ramp, get tons of mana next turn. And yeah, on our turn we're going to have enough mana for Karn's Temporal Sundering. We're going to be able to hit our opponent for 8, maybe even 10, cast the extra spell, and because of the Deathrite. And then on our next turn, we're going to have another zombie. We're going to hit him for another 10. He's dead. He's not going to get another turn. So, really good game. I'm really impressed with Teval so far. We're rocking these games. So, 2-0. Let's go. Our third game, our opponent gets to go first. Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor. I have never played against this card. Our hand is a little slow. We don't have any ramp. We do have a counter spell, but we can't use it. I don't like this hand, so I'm going to mulligan. Ugh, this hand is not great. We don't really have a turn 1 play. We do have some early removal against Pearl Ear, so I'm going to keep this. This card is a 3/4 lifelink, and enchantments you cast have the affinity for auras. And he has an Authority of the Consuls out. That's going to slow us down too. This is not a good start for us. I'm going to put down the Undercity Sewers. And I'm going to surveil the Molt Tender down. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just not having a good game so far. I could put down the Deathcap Glade, but it will come into play tapped, so that really doesn't help us at all. I'm going to put down the Island and pass the turn. Unfortunately, we have a lot of green-based cards in our hand and not any untapped green mana. See, this would have been a perfect place for us to use the Abrupt Decay. I'm going to use the Baleful Mastery just to use our mana up. He will get to draw a card, but at least it buys us some time. Let's see here. We're definitely going to put down the Deathcap Glade. I'm going to... Ugh. I'm going to win the game, is what I'm going to do. I'm sorry these games are going so quickly, but sometimes you just run across a variety of opponents, and I'm just literally showing you every game with my deck that I've made so far, so good game. Okay, our next opponent is against Clement Novus Acolyte. Our opponent is Fistendentalis, which is a Dragonlance reference. Interesting. This hand is a little slow, however we do have some bounce and we can negate an artifact or a ramp. We also have Kishla Skimmer, which is really good in this deck once we get out Teval. So I'm going to keep this. Clement is basically when he enters the battlefield, creatures in his hand, in your hand, get +1/+1. And he can specialize it. I think this is kind of like white small creature deck where he's going to pump up his creatures probably more than likely. Okay. This is where a counterspell would have been awesome, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to get out the Kishla Skimmer. He's going to pump up his creatures in his hand with Clement. We're going to put down a land. And I made a mistake. Ugh. I should have put down the Spring Heart first so we could have gotten a token. That's an unfortunate move on my part. Let's see if we're punished for it. I was too busy thinking about my next move. Hopefully he summons some sort of artifact or something that we can spell pierce. We'll see. We desperately need a land here. What does this do? When he leaves the battlefield, create a 4/4 Ox. We're just going to take the damage. We really need a land, though. He's going to try to get rid of our Spring Heart. We're going to spell pierce that. Well, we kind of drew a land. We have Planar Genesis, which I'm going to cast. So we did find a land, luckily. It's going to enter the battlefield tapped. But it will create a token. We're going to swing in with our creatures. Hopefully give some incentive for him not to attack us, because we'll keep blocking with the insects that we're creating. He really does not like that Spring Heart. You see how he keeps eyeing it? He's going to... Oh, get the Railway Brawler going. Very powerful creature. I'm just going to block so we don't take the damage. We are not having a lot of luck when it comes to lands. I'm going to get out Teval. Going to swing in for 3. Teval can at least get us some land and some more blockers. He could potentially build up a huge board. We do have a reset here if he does that. I probably will do that, more than likely. We'll see. He can destroy the Spring Heart, so yeah, we're in trouble. Oh my gosh, wow. Yeah, he's going all out here. I'm gonna block the Hydra in the hopes that he summons another creature with the treasures he's gonna get. He does not, though. I feel like it's too early to use the board wipe we have. Well, let's bounce the Brawler for now. Then we're going to attack. We're going to swing in. Get a land. Get a zombie. Titan's Nest is really good. Is this legendary? It is not. So he could summon that next turn. I'm going to go ahead and get down the Overlord as well. Get that going. We'll get the Spring Heart back. Get another zombie. Get that cooking. I want him to play a bunch of creatures this turn. We'll probably just do maybe potentially a board wipe. I don't know yet. We are starting to turn the tables, though, with all of our blockers. And our opponent is at 12 life. So he has a Toski. With... I'm just going to go ahead and block both. Our opponent is down to 12, so we may not need necessarily to wipe the board. Let's see. Okay, maybe we do. Except he does have a Toski, which is going to be problematic. Let's see here. Well, first I'm going to attack with the Teval. I do know that. We may have to wipe the board, but we'll see. We're going to take the Odawara back into our hand. Or onto the battlefield. Let's see if he blocks with the Sunwing. He does not. Oh. We could wipe the board. He would still have the Toski on the battlefield, but then we could get out the Fanatic. I'm gonna gamble. Let's gamble a little bit here. Each get to draw a card. Toski is still alive. He's going to create an Ox. Oh boy, this is tough. I'm going to kill the Ox just because the amount of damage he's threatening is a lot. We've got 3 tokens left. He has a Gore Claw, which is scary. Teval costs 6. That's a lot of mana. When Goreclaw attacks, creature you control with power 4 or greater. So he could potentially do that. I'm going to go ahead and get out Teval. Let's get a land here. Our opponent is down to 8. The Overlord has 2 counts left on him. He has an angel that he brings out. And he tries to summon a Selvala. I'm going to counter that. Going to take 5 from Goreclaw. He'll get to draw another card. Titan's Nest might be able to save us this game, quite honestly. Watch this move. This is pretty cool. We're going to exile a card, so let's exile the Dredger's Insight. And we're going to exile the Blood Chief's Thirst. Then we're going to exile the Triome. Then we're going to exile the Board Wipe. Let's just make a huge army of zombies. What do you guys say? And we're going to exile the... We're going to exile the Cyclonic Rift. Now let's... put down another land. Let's get out a Spring Heart. Bestow it on the Teval. Let's get out the Fanatic. Let's attack in with the Teval. We're going to put down the Hedge Maids and Surveil. Your move, opponent. Fistendantilus, I know you're a mighty wizard, but I don't think you're coming back from this one. Quite honestly, we could keep surveilling and getting more zombies onto the battlefield. Titan's Nest with Teval is just potentially a game over card. You can just create a huge army of zombies on that turd, because each time you surveil, you're exiling a card, taking it out of the graveyard. I'm sorry, not surveilling. Removing a card from the graveyard, which in turn creates a zombie. You can do that unlimited amounts of times. So it's probably the best card in this deck, to be honest with you. And looks like our opponent agrees with us. Hope you're all having a good... Today is Saturday for me. It's probably Monday when this video comes out. Gonna sip some coffee while I wait for my opponent to lose. With that said, I do want to also take this second before we get sweet, sweet victory to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Love to hear comments, your thoughts about Magic or the game or Arena or why your favorite type of pizza. I don't really care. I just love talking with fellow fans of Magic. So don't hesitate to like and leave a comment. Let's hit him for 5. I'm just going to go ahead and create some more zombies while we're here. We've got the ability in the timer to do so. The only problem you can even have with this is running out of time. We're just gonna overwhelm him with zombies. I'm gonna leave 1 card in the graveyard, but that's it. Okay, end the turn. Your turn, opponent. We do have a mana for negate if he does cast some sort of crazy spell. Assuming we win this game, which we will. So far, I have won every single game I have played with Teval, and it's been across a broad spectrum of decks. I'm not saying you'll never lose or anything ridiculous like that. You're going to lose in Magic and in Arena, but this deck does seem to have a very high win rate based off of the synergies of the commander with the rest of this build that I put together. So I'm really enjoying this deck. I already recommend it. And victory is ours, my friend. Good game. Okay, our next game is the battle. The next game is the Battle of Tarkir Dragons. Urini of the Unwritten. Our opponent gets to go first. We do have a counter spell, which is good. We have turn 1 ramp, which is good, which can also help us against counter spells in return. The mana's a little light, but I'm still going to keep it. This is not a bad hand. I'm going to put down the land, pay the 2 life, get out a Delighted Halfling. He maybe has a lightning bolt or something. It's Magda. We're going to put down the village, and do we summon Uro? No, I don't think we do, because of the fact that he has Magda. I want to be able to block it, because I don't want him getting treasures every single turn, which is very possible. Block and kill Magda. He did get a treasure out of it, though. He might have a different plan. Now he has 4 mana. Our opponent is ramping. Hardcore. I'm going to summon Uro. Probably should. I don't want to discard almost any of these cards. We're going to put down a land. Put down another land. And I'm going to pass. He does have 7 mana if he has a land, which would be enough to cast Urini. So he's going to summon the Meringue River Regent. He's going to be able to bounce 2 targets back to our hands. I'm going to draw a card and discard. What do I want to discard here? We're almost ready for Lumra. Nissa doesn't help us that much. I'm going to say Nissa. Huge Dragon. This could be our downfall game. We are going to get beat up a little bit here. I'm going to put down the halfling. Put down Arona. In the turn. Yeah, we might be in trouble this game. It's very possible. He's going to draw a card. Opponent's going to swing in and hit us for 6. That's no joke. Let's see what Rona can find for us. Find another land, so I'm going to drop the Surveil land. We'll put down the Urborg. We do have enough mana to get Lumra on the battlefield. Hopefully, unless he has a counterspell. Did hit several lands, so that's great. Gets a Lumra up to a 9/9, so he can block. Treasure Cruise is great. I think we might have turned the corner a little bit due to Lumra. We'll see. Rona with Shieldred is going to be a good combination. Summons a Town Razor Tyrant. He's going to pick a land for us that's going to deal 2 damage to us if we want to keep it. Or we can sacrifice the land. I probably will sacrifice the land, but not yet. We're not in too much trouble at this point. Let's see if our opponent attacks. I don't think he will, but we'll see. Gonna draw another card. I'm gonna pass the turn. Do we want to sacrifice that? I'm gonna decline. We'll keep it for now. Let's put down Shieldred. Let's draw Titan's Nest. Oh, that's so good. That is so good with Teval on the battlefield. I'm going to get rid of the Overlord. We're going to do it again with Rona. I think he's finally figuring out that Rona is kind of a threat, actually. Discard a card. I don't want to discard any of these. I really don't. I'm going to discard the land, I guess. Let's get out Uro. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep the Overlord in the graveyard. Draw a card. Put down a land. There's really no advantage to attacking because he can block with 2 dragons. It's not worth losing Lumra for. I'm hoping he tries to cast Ureni, but we'll see. Gonna try to summon Ureni. We're gonna counterspell that. Think we got him. Good game. The superior dragon has won. Teval wins against Ureni. Ureni's a very scary commander to get onto the battlefield. Costs a lot, but can continually get value once he gets out there. So that was a really good game. Good game, opponent. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, my friends, so much for watching another one of my videos. This one featuring Teval, the balance scale. Teval is a powerhouse of a card. The very first build that I made for it, I was kind of not impressed, but then as I focused on optimizing it and trying out the card and figuring out what the best synergies were, it's a very, very, very powerful commander for a deck. I would honestly put this commander in the A to S tier as far as power level goes, and I won't be surprised if this card gets moved up in the queues eventually due to its power level. The deck list is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to leave a comment down below telling me if you feel like Teval is amazing or completely overrated. And just give me your thoughts about Magic or the deck or about your favorite kind of coffee. I don't really care. I just love interacting with the Magic community. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.